Immigration is now an instrument of economic nationalism. At least for Donald Trump it is. Because on Friday, the US president signed a proclamation that will raise the fee for H-1B visas to a staggering 100,000 US dollars annually. It's the latest move in the administration's efforts to crack down on immigration, one that's bound to adversely impact Indian professionals on visas in the US. Remember, over 70% H-1B holders are Indians. In fact, the White House has called the H-1B visa program one of the most abused visa systems in the US current immigration system. In fact, President Trump has also called the misuse of the visa a national security threat. It is also a striking departure for the United States, a country that has been built over a century by attracting the best minds from across the world. So when nations build walls around talent, they weaken the foundations of their own innovation. We'll have to see how this impacts America's requirement for skilled labor. For India, the effects will be immediate and sharp. Remember, more than 7 out of 10 H-1B visas are issued to Indian professionals. That flow has long underpinned India's IT and IT-enabled services industry. It's created revenues and a vital bridge into the innovation economy of the United States. Employers might end up reserving the visa only for their most critical hires. As a result, the program will no longer be an entry route for young engineers or mid-career professionals who form the bulk of India's global technology workforce. And so, India's Ministry of External Affairs has reacted, reminding US that industries in both countries have a stake in innovation and creativity, and that the industry should be consulted on the best path forward. On skilled talent mobility and exchanges, the MEA has stated that the policymakers will assess recent steps taking into account mutual benefits, which include strong people-to-people ties between India and the United States. India's foreign ministry has also highlighted that this measure is likely to have humanitarian consequences by way of the disruption caused for families. The Indian government hopes that these disruptions can be addressed suitably by the US authorities. IT industry body NASSCOM has also criticized the move, saying that the country's technology services companies will also be impacted as business continuity will be disrupted for onshore projects. Meanwhile, US firms like JP Morgan and Microsoft have issued advisories for staff asking H-1B visa holders to return by 21st September. Needless to say, the visa fee blow is going to have an impact on tech firms. No doubt, it's a major blow to the tech sector. Let's break it down for you how the Trump administration's proposed hike in the H-1B visa fee will have several far-reaching consequences. To begin with, US tech giants who rely on foreign talent will now face a steep increase in hiring costs. With a $100,000 fee, many firms may scale back their own hiring of skilled workers from abroad. Secondly, in response, companies will be pressured to hire more local talent, means more US workers, raising competition for positions and potentially leading to higher wages for US workers and less for the foreign ones. With fewer H-1B visas, US firms could struggle to find workers with specialized skills, especially in fields like engineering and IT. That's also going to impact the US tech firms as well. Indian tech companies will also feel the strain. These are Indian tech companies based in the United States. They may be forced to hire more Americans to comply with new rules, but at a higher cost, squeezing their margins. And it's the Indian professionals who will feel the brunt the most. With fewer visas available, many skilled workers from India will miss out on these crucial opportunities now in the United States. Of course, India now faces a complex challenge. The outflow of engineers to the US may slow down. This could create a brain gain if only India builds its own capacity to employ and empower them at home. But the country could also lose remittances, knowledge transfer, and the influence of a global diaspora. India must now prepare for a world where mobility is going to be costlier, access more uncertain, and global talent flows more politicized. The moot question being, how soon can India come up with its own indigenous IT-enabled services model?
been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.